also, it takes a lot for someone in this sport to be so high to say, you know what, I'm gonna come down here to San Antonio, I'm gonna team up with Leha and Batal, who just started their promotional business, and grow something. And I think a lot of the big promoters need to take a look to see what Golden Boy is doing. And, you know, because you have to start from somewhere. And for Oscar to say, you know what, we're going to team up with you guys and to put on the best shows. And then they came here to San Antonio and they've been putting on some really good shows. I think everybody can attest to that. Now, to why we're here. We're here because two of the best fighters in the world decided to fight each other. This is what boxing is all about. Boxing needs this. Boxing is one of the best sports in the world. And I think everybody knows that. But everybody don't want to fight the best. But these two guys have stepped up to the podium and say, you know what, we're going to fight each other. You know, it takes time sometimes for the two best fighters to get together, but eventually they do. And when they do, there's a lot of fireworks. They say Las Vegas is the capital of boxing. I think it's San Antonio. I really think that this fight should have been here in San Antonio. You saw what Canelo and Austin Charles did. They did 20,000 people here. You can't get that nowhere else. Nobody's doing that. San Antonio has the best fans in the world. A lot of people think I'm from San Antonio because I'm here so much. Because we do, we put a lot of fights on here, and you know, I've trained for Nell Whitaker here for years, and I had an apartment here for like 2 years. So that's why everybody think I'm from here, but I am. This is my adopted hometown. But to get to this fight, Canelo Alvarez is one of the best 154 pounders in the world. You can't take that away from him. He gave Floyd Mayweather one of the best fights ever. And Floyd even acknowledged in himself that this guy, he's one of the best. And he knows he's the future of boxing. He really is. Because he's only 23 years old. But I got a couple twins that's coming up too now. Y'all know I'm the Charlo guys. They're coming up. When these guys are done, the Charlo twins are going to take over. But on my left here, I've been training this guy since 2010. I made a deal to train this guy in a bar in Chicago, Illinois. And that's the truth. We never thought we'd get to this day, but we're here. And we're here because we worked hard, we fought hard, and we're a team. And that's who I want to thank right now. I want to thank all our team. Our team, the manager, Luis de Cubas, the co-manager, Bob Santos, and also the advisor, Al Hamer. I know you guys have been hearing a lot about Al Hamer, but he's one of those guys that's responsible for this fight happening. And also our training team, strength and conditioning coach, Edward Jackson, and my assistant coach, Highland Williams. They're not here today, but I know they're here in spirit. So we train very hard for every fight. Before this fight, we were supposed to fight Ishe Smith on the 2nd of May. But when this fight came along, we dropped everything, gave Lara some time off and said, you know what, go enjoy your family for a couple of weeks because the next 8 weeks is going to be tough. Because we have to be in the best shape of our life in order to beat this man here on my right. And we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Erislandy Lara is one of the best fighters in the world. And he's going to show that. He has the skills to beat anybody and everybody. And I think for you guys, if you can't come to Vegas to watch it, please watch it on pay-per-view because it's going to be very exciting. So with that said, my last thing I want to say is there's a lot of young fighters here from San Antonio that are coming up and they're growing up. And I think you're going to see their names. Mario Barrios is one of the guys. And I see a couple of other guys. There you go. There you go. I see my man over here. Some really good fighters from San Antonio. So you guys already know who they are because you guys come out and support boxing. But I know one thing. The boxing fans, you know who's the best fighter up here right now. You know who it is. And it's Erislandy Lara, right? Come on. Is it Lara or is it Canelo? Again,
Ronnie, one of the good guys in boxing. Thank you very much for those words. So now, let me introduce to you one of the participants in the main event, Honor and Glory. He does hail from Cuba. He has a stellar amateur career of more than, I believe, 300 fights, a lot of experience. We all know that Cuban fighters are born to fight. Ever since I believe they turned 5 or 6, they're already being bred to think about the Olympics down the road. So in Cuba, you have fighters who are just incredibly talented, naturally gifted, and so obviously Lara's no exception. He did knock out Ronald Hearns and Alfredo Angulo in his last fights. Most recently, he won a 12-round unanimous decision over Austin Trout in December of 2013. Let me introduce to you a fighter who nobody wanted to fight. A fighter who everybody feels that he's the most dangerous fighter at 154 pounds. He has a record of 19-1 and 12 knockouts. De Guantánamo, Cuba, Erislandi Lara.
Primero que todo, buenas tardes a todos los que están presentes aquí, tanto hombres y mujeres.
He said he wants to thank everybody here, all the women, all the men here, everybody that came out.
Quiero darle las gracias a Golden Boy, a Jaime, a Team Lara, a Showtime, a Team Canelo, por darme la oportunidad de ser la pelea pay-per-view.
So he'd like to thank Al Heyman, our advisor, Golden Boy Promotions, Showtime, Steven Espinosa, Team Canelo, Team Lara, good friend Mike Bata, James Leha, and especially Showtime for giving us the opportunity to be on pay-per-view.
También quiero agradecer a mi esposa que está sentada ahí con mi hijo por venir a este lugar, San Antonio.
I'd like to thank his wife for coming from Houston down here to San Antonio with his son, here in the front row.
Y quiero decirle a todos ustedes que no hay más nada que hablar. Ya el 12 de julio van a ver la escuela cubana. Voy a llevar el Canelo a la escuela, nunca pasó a la escuela, lo voy a llevar a la escuela yo.
He says there's no more to talk about. The fight's made. July 12th, we're going to take Canelo to Cuban school. He never went to school, so we're going to have to take him to school.
Gracias a todos por estar aquí.
Thank everyone for being here, and the Latin fans and San Antonio fans are the best fans in the world. Thank you. Gracias, Lara. And now to introduce to you Team Canelo. Les quiero presentar el manager de Canelo, José Chepo Reynoso. José.
Y arriba San Antonio, señores. Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon, San Antonio.
Está calientito aquí, pero está más calientito el ambiente que tienen todos aquí en San Antonio. De veras, mis respetos. Ah, chingado, qué gente tan bonita, de veras.
It's a little warm up here, but all you guys warming up a lot more, all of you here, and it feels good.
Miren la gente allá arriba. Qué sacrificio, pero sin embargo, aquí están apoyando y como siempre apoyando al Canelo. Bueno, el Canelo tiene un gran regalo para ustedes el día 12 de julio y va a ser un triunfo sobre Lara. Yo admiro mucho a un gran boxeador cubano que fue para mí el ídolo, fue la inspiración.
No, I just acknowledge the people up there, and he says Canelo has a gift for everybody July 12th, and it's going to be a victory against Lara. There's a great Cuban fighter that I admired so much.
El boxeador que más he admirado yo se llama José Ángel Mantequilla Nápoles. Para mí lo más grande que han visto mis ojos. Pero Lara no se parece nada. Así que el 12 de julio va por el Canelo. ¡Viva San Antonio!
Jose Mantequilla Nápoles was a great Cuban champion, and he says that that was his favorite fighter, but Lara's nothing like him. So, thank you.
Ahora les quiero presentar el entrenador de Canelo Álvarez, Eddie Reynoso. Eddie.
Buenas tardes, pues bien agradecidos por todo el apoyo que siempre nos dan aquí en San Antonio.
Good afternoon, and thank you for all the support as always here in San Antonio.
Y pues nada más decirles que ese día 12 de julio vamos a estar como siempre listos para dar una gran pelea.
And just to say that July 12th, we're going to be like always ready to give a great fight.
Y como dijo mi papá, nosotros admiramos mucho la verdad del boxeo cubano, ha sido cuna de grandes boxeadores, pero en México también tenemos los mejores boxeadores.
And like my dad said, we've always admired the Cuban fighters and their style of fighting, but in Mexico we also have great fighters.
Y el día 12 de julio, pues lo único que vamos a hacer es darle una paliza aquí al amigo Lara.
And on July 12th, all we're going to do is give this guy right here next to me a beating.
Gracias y buenas tardes.
Gracias, Eddie. He's a former world champion at just 23 years old, known for his exciting and charismatic demeanor inside the ring. He's a fighter who is going to entertain you, a fighter who's going to fight for honor and glory. He turned professional a professional since 2005. Canelo won the WBC junior middleweight title in 2011 and successfully defended it 5 times before unifying the championship belts over Austin Trout. Here, obviously, in San Antonio, where we had more than 40,000 people. Thanks to all of you. He's coming off a technical knockout win over Anfero Angulo, and now he's facing a very dangerous game fighter in Erizlandi Lara. He knows what's at stake. He knows that this is for honor and glory. And this is the reason why he chose this fight. For you guys, for the fans. You guys wanted this fight. This is the fight that the fans want to see. The best fighting the best. So les quiero presentar con un récord de 43-1, 31 knockouts de Guadalajara, Jalisco, México, Saúl El Canelo Álvarez.
Primero que nada quiero agradecer a todos. Para mí es un honor estar aquí con ustedes.
First of all, I want to thank all of you, and it truly is an honor to be here amongst all of you here.
Siempre venir aquí a San Antonio no es algo que esté en mi lista de no ir nunca. Aquí siempre se viene. Aquí siempre se viene a hacer promoción, siempre se viene con la gente. ¿Por qué? Porque yo vine a pelear aquí y la gente me recibió como en mi casa.
Whenever I'm doing anything in boxing, any promotion, San Antonio is always on my list. Why? Because you guys treated me like family. You guys treated me like if I was in my house.
Y en esta vida lo primero que tiene que tener un ser humano es ser agradecido. Y estoy agradecido con ustedes.
And in life, any human being has to be gracious, and I'm very gracious towards you.
Gracias, Mike. Gracias, Jesse, por todo esto que ustedes hacen, por apoyarme, a toda la gente, a todos los camarógrafos. El 12 de julio no va a ser excepción. Me voy a preparar al 100% para darles una gran pelea. Esta pelea la estuvieron pidiendo, o la estuvo pidiendo. Por eso es que está aquí. me voy a preparar al 100% para darle la mejor pelea y obviamente...
Angulo, destruiste a Angulo. ¿Qué piensas por qué piensa Lara que puede contigo?
No
Y si no pudo nada.
Son diferentes estilos y por eso la pelea es interesante.
¿Vas a batallar con él
Un poquito.
Sí, pero you're gonna battle, ¿vas a tirar chingazos o vas a boxear?
No. Vamos a ir desde que inicie la campana.
Ok. Gracias.